Gotta keep you on your toes. Toes!
That's what I represent. Yo.
I was gonna write you an email, but I'm a little drunk and spelling is a sober person's game. So I feel I owe you an explanation. I'm sorry. Explanation.
I was told today because I took a picture of the cats sleeping and one of my dinosaur pillow cover cases is visible, and my coworkers both said, "You're never going to get a woman over there with dinosaur pillowcases."
And
We're just making
did
fun
you
of
tell
me.
them it was a woman who bought them? Well, no, I
Well,
bought you sheets.
Yeah, no, I said I haven't bought any dinosaur stuff for myself in ages. They've all been gifts from other people.
Yeah.
So
Most of my hippos were gifts, not things that I bought.
hippopotamus.
Same with my packies. Somebody else bought most of those for me. Same with all my superheroes.
Ooh, I wonder if they have a Packy
Like-
skull, like I have a Triceratops skull.
I don't think so, but
That's
you
that
should look.
picture. You got the picture of the hippopotamus candy holder, right?
Yes, I did. That was awesome.
They have a bunch of stuff like that. Bunches. Well, are we rolling? Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
we're rolling. Just, recorded just in case we got some awesome footage. My beer is my beer is doing something funny. It's going up the straw. And bubbling out the top. Oh, and it goes back down.
I'm using the force to get the beer to the top. The force is not strong with me. Oh,
No, it's
damn.
not.
I don't think beer is really supposed to be drank with a straw.
Yeah, but I have to get to use my awesome glass. Oh, it's. Hold on.
Now, okay, well,
Let me help it. Okay, well, whatever. Let's roll.
Should we get started?
Yes.
Welcome back, agents and believers. It is I, the Agent of Awesome X7. With me as always is, and I've got a bunch of these written down, so you're gonna have to bear with me.
Right.
The Darling of Dragons, the Ark of Amazing, the Babe of Broadswords, Lilith Draco.
Woo!
You're gonna leave that in, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Well, Lil, it's been a minute.
Yes.
Not as long as the last minute.
Right.
Just a little longer than this minute. How's it going?
Pretty good. How's things going with you?
Can't complain. Can't complain. Staying afloat here in the Sargasso Sea. If
Lovely.
that comes.
Lovely.
So,
Yes.
if
Oh, do you have that cat koozie again?
well, I have to because this is a gigantic can, and nothing else will fit it. And the next,
And you don't have a super awesome pink diamond glass to drink your beer out of with a straw.
I do not. I don't know that I've ever had a beer with a straw before. But we know
Remember
that
that episode I lost my straw?
you tossed your straw.
I tossed my straw?
Yeah, I think that was the name of it, wasn't it?
I don't remember the name of it. I just remember that moment.
You did it on camera, I believe.
I did. Mhm.
So this hat you have on here,
Yes.
what's the it's a skull. Is it the Ghost Rider you have there? Marvel's Ghost Rider, not the original Ghost Rider who was a Western hero?
To be honest, I don't know. I just like skulls, and I thought it was awesome, and someone gave it to me. So
Do you have it on a?
I really don't know, but
You have a
they
belt
gave it
buckle
to
like
me.
that.
They gave it to me when I was a few years ago at Wasteland Weekend. You know, that festival I worked that almost died at because of heat stroke. Yeah, that was fun.
Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
It did. I thought I was gonna, make a good amount of money, and they, didn't pay me. So
Well,
whatever. But that's where this hat is from.
okay.
So I'm not sure.
It's kind of I could see I don't know, I was gonna say Slash wearing it, but he wears a top hat. Somebody like that.
Some kind of rocker.
Yeah. So speaking of, since you showed us your beers, what are you drinking tonight?
I am trying a new beer. It's
Ooh.
called Belching Beaver Deftones Phantom Bride.
I can see why you bought it, except beavers' skulls are not pretty.
No, but it's kind of fun. It's not too bad. A few sips I've had. It's a 7. What?
I think I've had a belching beaver in the past as well, before I settled in on the good beer.
Oh, this is a good beer. It's an IPA. It's not your crap. It's a 7.1. I'm not even sure where it's at. The brewery. Oceanside, California. Imagine that.
I've been there a time or two back in a previous life. Well, on a previous assignment anyway.
So it's pretty good. It has a decent bitterness to it, not like my Maha's. But it's actually a good one. Pretty good for getting it here.
There's 12 day. I don't know if you got your email about the 12 days of Avery at a certain pizzeria here in town.
Oh, I saw that, but then forgot to go and read it. I'm
Well,
gonna have to go read it.
It'll just annoy you because you're not here.
Right.
You're on assignment in the 18th century, I think.
But it's a good way to get me to come out there. You trying to show off your muscles?
No, I'm trying to get this chair to properly situate.
You're not sitting on your ball?
I am.
Oh, you're struggling on your ball?
Not right now. Not yet. It's time, especially with that second beer. That might not happen.
So what are you drinking tonight?
We'll get it out of the cat koozie from Peru. This is
nice.
Ooh, it disappears.
Yes, it does, kind of like you. You've disappeared and reappeared a couple times.
And I'll probably keep it. This is called an Irish Blessing.
Oh, nice.
Which is coffee stout, which is not my favorite, but this is aged in Jameson Irish whiskey soaked oak chips. It's a 6.9, but it's a pretty good solid sized beer.
Right. 6.9?
Yeah, it's almost a 7.
Almost 7. Mine's a 7.1. So slightly better than a 7.
I don't think that's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, 6.9 is not a bad number to begin with, but.
Right. Well, true.
It's got some bitter because of the coffee, but it's not bad. It would probably be really good if somebody put something else in it.
Why didn't you?
Well, it's hard to pour.
If you had an awesome diamond glass, you could pour the beer in there with the shot.
Well, you could.
Just saying.
I don't have a glass that looks like that at all.
Yet.
Well, that's true. I do have a lot of other glasses from different breweries that I've collected over the years. But I have a great, what do they call the little ones? Not a goblet, but they've got a name for it. a flute or something like that.
I don't know.
When they give you a heavy
Fancy glass,
when they give you like between a 9 and a 12% stout or
right?
more, or any beer, they give you in a smaller serving because
Right.
it has a tendency to make you weak in the knees.
It's true, but
Make
it
you
kind of is
go.
irritating because I want to drink a full beer, you know?
I don't mind
paying-
because two of those and you'll think you drank a full beer twice.
It depends on what kind of drinker you are.
Well, sometimes you stagger into the wrong theater if you've
True.
been a drinker, or at least think you do.
We weren't the only ones who thought we went into the wrong theater.
Thank God.
Yeah, made me feel a lot better.
Oh, that was a great night.
Those AMFs really, and when you down them quickly, 2 in a row,
Yeah, two.
it was great. 2 in a row, yeah. It was great.
Yeah, we didn't plan on it. Now, if we'd arrived on time, we never would have done that.
That's true.
Stupid.
We were late for the first showings. We switched and went back and was almost late for the second one. Stupid AMFs.
We weren't late. They just didn't start the right movie.
No, we thought we were going to be late. We
Why
had
are
to
the
rush
Avengers-
over.
why
That's
are
why
the
we downed
Avengers-
them quickly.
Why are they zooming into a car with a woman talking and a man talking about having a baby?
Oh my gosh. Have you ever figured out what movie that was?
Not a clue.
Me neither. Me neither.
We could go back in time and see what was released that year at that time in that month, but
Well, it was around Avengers because that's what we
yeah.
went to see. We'll have to research.
If we really want to.
Not really. It's fun not knowing.
Yeah, I could kind of. It seems like we knew and have since forgotten. That was many beers ago.
It was.
A lot of beers. I can't believe it's been that long.
A long time.
So,
So huh?
Those are all my notes.
Okay. Have you done anything fun lately? Anything exciting you want to tell the people?
I learned to play Goodbye Earl.
Nice.
Yeah, not the chicks
On the
version.
guitar, right?
Yeah, on the guitar. There's a band called Me First and the Gimme Gimmes who play punk versions of songs like that and Take Me Home and I don't know. They've done some other stuff, but that one's a fun one and it's been pretty easy. There's a couple tricky chord changes, but I did it.
Nice. Way to go.
And I did publish the Wonder Woman issue of
Yes.
Zenorama, available on Amazon.
Nice.
Working on the 60th anniversary issue of King Kong versus Godzilla. And that's close to being finished. Got some other stuff there, but I really haven't gone anywhere. I've been driving to the airport to drop off Agent F, who's in.
Did she get a promotion? Is that why she's now Agent F instead of Agent M?
Well.
Or.
I was going by first name and then.
No, I know.
M is a
what
title.
you were doing.
M is a title. F is a first name.
But you changed it up on us.
Oh well.
So I was wondering.
So yeah, I don't know.
Nice. Okay.
Geez, way to call me out there. Yeah, I haven't done much.
If our 2 subscribers are used to hearing about Agent M and then all of a sudden it's Agent F.
Well, it should be more
wanted
like
to clear things up.
In James Bond it was just Q, and actually the Avengers, the British television show with Steed and Mrs. Peel, who was also dressed in a cat suit at one point in time, but probably shouldn't go into that. Their boss was called Mother, and it was a he. So, everyone has a superior. I'm just trying to think of what's above a superior. Leader M. I don't know. I'll have to ponder this a little more. My hierarchy is just not what it should be.
Well, so I went on an adventure this weekend. It was fun. Decided, got up on Saturday morning, decided to hop in the car and go on a little adventure. I ended up driving about 3 hours away to a place called Bear Lake. So this lake goes borders between Utah and Idaho. So I actually went to the Idaho side and got out, got in the water, started doing a little research about the lake. And I've been there as a young child, but I learned that there is a Bear Lake monster. It's a serpent-like monster that swims in the water, whatever. And the earliest was back with the natives in the area were, reporting on the Bear Lake monster. And so it got me thinking, it's there in the lake, it's serpent-like, kind of like the Loch Ness Monster, Nessie. I thought it was really interesting. I wonder if they're related, cousins.
Possibly. It's interesting that you said that, because I thought when you said Bear Lake, I was like, that rings a bell. I have a book, which of course is in my library, not anywhere near me, about lake monsters in the world, and there are a ton, in this country alone. It's not just Scotland and Ireland, because every lake in Scotland and Ireland has a monster in it. It's just what they do, and probably all of England.
Right.
So, but the Bear Lake, drawing a blank. There's supposed to be one in Lake Tahoe, called Tessie, I believe. Lake Champlain has Champ, and of course, it's not Ogopogo. Yes, it is Ogopogo. Wait, there's up in Canada. They have one, very famous, that has pictures, much like Nessie does.
Right.
But none of them are, of course, as famous as Loch Ness. I mean,
of course.
If any monster is going to live in a loch, that's the one they're going to live in.
That is the one. It's the biggest one, the biggest body of water in the area, as far as lakes.
And it's deep.
750 feet deep. And it kind of basically goes down and is shaped like a bathtub.
Because, yes, the ice, when the glaciers went back and forth, carved it out. So, yes, it's fresh water. It's full of peat moss, so you can't see down to the bottom. There are lakes, Loch Morag up in the Highlands is crystal clear, and people have said that they have looked down and seen something looking back at them, which would probably cause me to leave the lake and never come back.
Absolutely, yes.
Because you just don't want to see.
No. Something looking back at you. No.
That monster is called Morag. So they, like I said, all Scottish lakes have monsters of some kind in them. I might have done some research on this for my whole life, mostly because I wanted Nessie to be a plesiosaur, but
it is a plesiosaur. I was going to tell you that's what I think Nessie is. It's a plesiosaur.
Well,
no, it is. It's a plesiosaur dinosaur. That's just.
Please. She does this on purpose, folks. Plesiosaurs are not dinosaurs. They're not even archosaurs. They're just.
It's a swimming kind of dinosaur.
Well, and
in the Jurassic period, because they were all during the Jurassic period.
Oh, nice cover up. Yeah. Right. Yeah, they had ichthyosaurs in the Jurassic period too.
That's right. Another swimming dinosaur.
Mary Anning discovered both of those in England.
See, it's a plesiosaur dinosaur in Loch Ness.
Most cryptozoologists these days tend to refer to the long-necked ones as water horses, and not like the African water horses, which are real and deadly.
Right?
as
Yes.
we know, and share birthdays with people.
We love them. We love them.
But because of the neck, because they don't believe that plesiosaurs do swim like this, like a duck or a swan anymore, or a goose, as is they're relevant, all of them are here.
But does Nessie actually swim like that? Because they have proven that initial picture, the most famous one of Nessie, was fake. So are we sure Nessie even swims like that? Because there's been other videos where you see it like skimming just under the water. So it doesn't swim up. So again, plesiosaur dinosaur.
When I was young, I really wanted Nessie to be real. Really. I mean,
Nessie is real.
But as I got older and wiser and, less dewy-eyed, not the moon calf that you are, as much as I love there to be something in the lake, I don't want people going and, I don't want to put in a zoo and, just bothering her, just leave her alone.
Yeah.
So if she is real, she's stay at the bottom of the loch.
Right. She's lived this long. Don't capture her and kill her, because that's what would end up happening. Even if they put her in captation. What is that word? Stupid beer. Even if she was held captive.
In captation?
Yeah, I'm drinking. I pre-grained.
It makes you a professor of captation.
It does. Professor of Captation.
I think we got the title for this episode.
Anyway, she wouldn't survive being held captive.
No, well, nothing that size would. I mean, it's bad enough they put killer orcas in captivity that are 30 feet long, and
right.
Plesiosaur is not the largest of the Plesiosaurus is not the largest of the Plesiosaur family. The Elasmosaurus and the Thalassomodon. That one's a mouthful. But those are actually about 10 or 20 feet longer than the Plesiosaurus.
Okay.
So I have visual aids.
Of course you do.
Well, you made a video about them already.
I sure did.
This, which is not in the video because it was hidden, is my first one. Well,
why wasn't he in the video?
It goes rough, or it goes because it's in the water.
Yeah, it does. It's little.
It probably goes blood because it's in the water.
Yeah, in the water, right? I got that. So did the people.
I changed it to blug from the other one. This one, it was in a cauldron actually, and I forgot that it was up there. I just cleaned out the cauldron because it was full of cat dust. So this is probably a plesiosaurus. It doesn't have a name on it because it was a knockoff that I got in like first grade.
Okay.
So let's get some. Most of these, this one claims to be an Elasmosaurus, but the neck is too short. And see how
that one's Nessie. That one would be Nessie, that famous picture.
You have to keep it here in front of me or it disappears. Dang, I was hoping it would go over visit you. And this is a small, it's a smaller one. So this one was given to me by a financial institution.
Nice.
This is a good one. I think I got this. I don't know where I got this. Look at these teeth. Excellent for catching fish. Let's see. These are both of a similar vintage. I believe I got this one up in the land of the fort when we visited that one day. See how this neck is though, right above the water.
The land of the fort?
Fort Collins.
Oh.
It's fun watching the dog.
Day. That was a great day.
Well, half of it was.
Well, when we started ignoring somebody, it became a great day.
And this is also a plesiosauroid, but you'll notice it has a much shorter neck. Both it and the Kronosaurus were massive. I mean, they were 60 feet long. This is a Leopleurodon, and we all know how magical.
That looks like a plesiosaur dinosaur mated with a crocodile.
It's not a bad. That's not an.
Fish.
There were crocodilians in the water then that were a good 30 feet long as well. I don't think a Leopleurodon is a Nessie would be a Leopleurodon. It just doesn't. None of them could get on land. Onto land, and Nessie has been sighted on land a lot, crawling back and forth across the road, the singular road. It used to be
interesting.
It used to be a one-lane road up there at Loch Ness, taking you over to the castle, the very famous Urquhart Castle.
Right.
And,
see, I haven't heard that. Out of all the Nessie stuff that I've heard or read or listened to, I haven't heard that it's actually been spotted outside of the water.
Right. Well, yes, it's. I mean, it's gone in front of cars. People have had to stop or because they don't want to run into it. So, I mean, that there are several reports of that. I mean, I'm sure if they were in horses,
right?
Because it has been, and I should have looked, but I don't remember when St. Christopher, St. Columbus, one of those guys. The legend has it that he rebuked the creature from eating one of his followers, and that's why it's a timid creature. So it does not. It's not like a kelpie, which is a water is a water horse of legend and will drag people to its death so it can eat them, much like the ones in Africa might do.
So obviously, it's not real. Whatever, as much as we want it to be. Right. If it was, what do you think it is? If it's not a plesiosaur dinosaur, swimming kind, like what would you think that it could possibly be?
I go with the water horse. The something. It's not an actual horse, of course.
Right.
Of course.
Not like a giant eel or something.
No,
something like that.
I mean, they also think it could be a long-necked seal, and I'm like, it's a mammal. I mean, and I don't like it. I don't like the thought of it being an amphibian because, again, they were big in the Devonian period, but they wouldn't move about very quickly.
Right.
And it doesn't look like a big frog. I don't know. I would love it to be some kind of reptilian creature, but I mean, since we'll sadly never see a plesiosaur in real life. I would tend to think it would be a large sort of aquatic. It would have to be amphibious to breathe land, air, and water.
Right.
It's got a long neck. It's described sometimes as a muscular neck and having a mane, which is where they get the water horse part of it, and ears or antenna. Stop that. Not pointing anyway.
Yeah.
Not that far.
You're close.
Yeah, close, but it's hard to say. I mean, I've never given a thought about it too much, just because.
Really?
Well, no, I want it to be a plesiosaur.
Well, yeah.
It would have to be.
We all want it to be a plesiosaur dinosaur.
It would have to be some kind of mutation of, something that evolved over the last 65 million years because they died out at the same time the dinosaurs and the archosaurs, the pterosaurs did.
Tetradons, the pterodons.
No, I told you there was an actually petrodactyl. There's a real petrodactyl.
Oh.
There's a real one. So.
Oh, time to hang that joke up.
Somebody has to tell Shannon at some point. But so yeah, I would like it to be some kind of ancient seagoing reptile that was still around. But who knows? I mean, I really haven't given them, because once science tells you stuff, it's hard to not think about that. It's like when you know that what a kraken really is, or what a big squid is. Yeah, how a Swedish monster got down to ancient Greece is beyond me. So go figure.
Well, the water. You swam the long way around.
I guess it would stay. It would have been warmer than Swedish Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So that's did we go over Nessie enough? Do we need more?
Do you know when Nessie was first reported? How long ago? The
Well,
first, like,
it's there's obviously there's been legends of Monster Loch. I think that the story about the priest is the one that's first recorded. 1600s, maybe. I've drawn a blank. I'm a bad cryptozoologist.
okay,
That's my guess.
yeah,
Somebody can correct us in the comments.
I'm not sure. Yeah, that I don't know when it was first.
Whenever they were taking taking the Scottish gods away from their people. It wasn't St. Patrick. That's what I can tell you.
Right. It might have been the priest.
I mean, we could.
Google it.
I could. Google is your friend.
Just let the people know. I'm surprised that's something you don't know
Well,
with your lifelong research.
Loch Ness Monster tattoo. Loch
Oh,
Ness Monster squishmallow.
there's a squishmallow.
Well, I don't know exactly what a squishmallow is.
It's like a big fluffy pillow thing.
Based on plesiosaur. Let's see. Origin of the name, 19th. St. Columba. So Columbus, that's close enough.
In the 7th century.
Oh, yes.
7th century?
I see 6th century. So I was
6th
only
century.
1,000 years off. Oh. The River Ness. Yeah. D. Mackenzie. Well, you can't trust that hoser.
Some point we'll have to go to Loch Ness and do our own research.
Well, yeah, and also because it's not like you're not going to go into that castle.
Oh no, I'm going in that castle.
there's a anything I was 100% sure of is you're going into that castle.
Yeah, and all the other ones.
Oh yeah.
But that one, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, geez, so at least for almost 1,500 years they've been seeing that monster, if not longer.
Right.
That's a long time. I'd like to think something was in there at some point, because if you could,
right, and it could have.
There's a ton of movies, of course, based on it. Way too many to talk about, just because most of them aren't very good.
So as far as like all these mythological creatures that, however many people believe, what's the likelihood, do you think, that Nessie, or even if Nessie's dead now, at some point there was something? Like, what's the likelihood versus, I don't know, say Bigfoot or Skinwalker or something like that?
Or the Mothman,
or right, any of those. Like,
well, you just never know.
Some of them are obvious, could never exist. But
right.
Could Nessie exist?
I would like to think so. I mean, I'd like to think so, just because it's the romantic in me. Those legends
Right.
of lost worlds and
Of course.
undiscovered countries and undiscovered animals, and there are always animals being discovered, from the tiniest little microbe to, big enough animal. I mean, a gorilla wasn't even 100% sure, at least to Western eyes, till the early 20th century. And the coelacanth, think about that. That was a fish that should have been dead 100 million years ago, and it's still found and still in pretty much the same form.
Right.
So it can happen. The chances are that not good for undiscovered water animal.
Right.
Never know what you'll pull up from the bottom of the ocean. I mean,
it's true.
There's
a lot of the ocean that we haven't and can't even investigate. I mean, hell, there could be a megalodon down there just surviving away.
Probably not, but
there could be.
There could be, but probably not.
Well,
it's just it's a 50-foot shark that is that gigantic. I mean, I've seen the megalodon, at SeaWorld, right? They had at least they
Yeah.
did. They had the big jaws because
The jawbone, yeah.
they're amazing to think you can
Yeah, they
walk.
are.
You can walk through that jaw, that mouth, and my brother is tall and he walked right through without hitting it, and that's just like
Easy
okay,
peasy.
that's a big fish,
And
and
the fact that that thing existed at some point, that's
Yeah.
terrifying. Like, could you imagine, like, seeing that jump out of the?
yeah, it's just, I mean, because that's the whole thing. I mean, that's the basis for for shark movies is you don't see them coming. They're in there, but and then if you say, well, let's say a great white shark really isn't as big as the one in Jaws. They have to make it bigger because.
Right. Yeah.
But a
Gotta make it
megalodon,
scary.
50 feet in real life.
Yeah.
That's just amazing. And what if something's down there? I mean, that's the whole premise for tons of movies.
Oh, absolutely.
And that would, I would not. I mean, you'd probably be safe in shallow water because it couldn't get to you. It's just too massive.
Oh, right.
It was so big that it killed itself off because when the climate changed, as it does, over time.
Oh, yeah.
It ate too much of its own food. And
yeah.
And that's probably what happened with the ichthyosaurs until the comet hit and ruined everything. But that's
Except for the flying dinosaurs.
Well, those are called birds.
Now.
Yeah, well.
The flying dinosaurs, like the pterodactyl.
You know better than that.
All right, any more thoughts on?
No, I want to go
Nessie?
I'd like to go there to Loch Ness. I mean, I've got keychains already because people have gone.
Right.
And I'd like to go there.
Yeah, me too.
Because it would be pretty awesome. I'd like to see her, but it wouldn't stop it from still being a wonderful trip.
Just any last thoughts on Nessie?
I do not have any last thoughts. Do you?
I do. After knowing about her basically my whole life and wishing that she was actually there and swimming in that water, living free, and all the fake photos and all of the, maybe is that her, what it really comes down to is Nessie wants tree fitty. She just wants tree fitty.
Have you got tree fitty? It's the goddamn Loch Ness Monster.
So that's my final thought. She just wants tree fitty.
Tree fitty. Okay, what have I got here for a close? Should we close?
Yes, let's close.
All right. Well, it says thank you. Oh, thank you, viewers, agents, believers, thank you. Again, shorthand.
Maybe next time don't do shorthand, write the shit out.
It's too late. This one's already shorthanded too.
I'm out of beer. Damn it.
We probably have to pee.
It's time, Luann.
Well, if you've got through all that, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, becoming an adult is probably the dumbest thing you can ever do.
True. Bye.
Bye.
I got beer.
I got bottled breast milk.
Why don't we start with the beer?
Okay.
So you like the beer?
I do. Although it's actually a lager.
Huh. What's the difference between beer and lager?
I don't know. We could look it up.